Line up, you fucking nerds. Who wants a shot at the champ?
They bring the heat.
Francis Ngannou was the hardest puncher in the history of fighting.
They bring the knowledge.
If you think this fight is going 5 rounds, you are out of your mind.
They bring you the picks.
The dog is getting it done in this one.
We deliver every single week. We're bringing the heat, ladies and gentlemen.
The money line.
Don't miss it on the MMA Experts channel each week. The Money Line. We are live. It's UFC Vegas 96 fight week. I am AJ, joined as always by my guy Mike Finch. What's up, dog?
I've been reading the comments. No, I did not get knocked out by Kai Kara-France. Motherfuckers, I'm right here. All right? I'm not like Steve. I ain't going to stand in front of him and wait for the fucking right hand. We ain't boxing with Kai Kara-France. We know better than that out here in Huntington Beach. Steve had some other ideas. You know, let him do his thing.
Why are you picking on your twin? Why are you picking on bro?
He's
already got less of the fucking swagger, and now
That's
you
crazy.
just kicking him when he's down.
That's crazy. I don't look nothing like that guy.
Shit. Listen, bro. You know what? At least you look
That's
like
wild.
a UFC fight. I get told I look like John Favreau a lot. I'm like, really? The fat one?
Yo, you did good things for Star Wars, John. You did a good job with Mandalorian.
Holy shit! I never even saw it.
That's fucked up. Mandalorian's tremendous.
Nah, I never seen it. I never heard of it.
It's a story about a bounty hunter in space. It's fucking fantastic.
Sounds pretty cool when you put it like that. It's a Boba Fett, right, or something
Exactly
like that.
what it is. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's
Yeah.
a story of a bounty hunter with aliens, space, fucking, light speed, supersonic travel. It's cool. You gotta like.
Yes.
First off, Star Wars is great, but come on, Mandalorian, they killed it.
All right, shit. I might have to watch it then. Damn. Dylan Summers, thank you for getting the dono train rolling. We appreciate you. He says, getting the dono train started from Moneyline. Let's fucking go. Hey, let's fucking
Thank
go,
you,
my
Dylan.
man.
Thank you, Dylan. You're the captain of the train right now. Thank you.
Captain Dylan.
Dylan is the captain now.
He's the captain. Listen, we got fights to talk about for UFC 305. I think it's a worthwhile recap. And then we'll get into Vegas 96. So we're going to kick it off first with main event. Dricus du Plessis defeats Israel Adesanya. The real African champion takes it home. The controversial real African champion. That was a big topic throughout the week, man. It turned into a little bit of a fucking racial undertone. But I was happy to see DDP win because I'm happy that we have new reign at the top, right? I don't know, the flip-floppy champs, one fight win, next one they're out, no defenses. It's fine. I like the versatility, but personally I prefer a champion who sits on top of the throne for a while and can build some defenses up. I'm happy DDP did it. He took out Israel Adesanya. If you watch an old video of mine, I actually predicted DDP would be the man to dethrone Izzy. This is before the Sean Strickland fight, and it came to fruition now. It was competitive, and I thought Adesanya's striking looked pretty good. He was really offensive with the striking, and he brought good pressure. And interestingly enough, I actually had him up 2-1. I think that his body work was incredible, and he was really ripping a lot of power shots on Dricus du Plessis. Adesanya has kind of gotten away from the very lateral movement-based counter punch, dip, slip, and slide style that, he did fairly well with in a lot of fights. But I think meeting DDP in the middle actually, seemed to me give him his best chance to actually win. But damn, Dricus du Plessis is built differently. Big punches that ended up leading to Adesanya getting rocked and trying to run towards the side of the cage. He gets hit with some big ones there, gets his back taken. Dricus du Plessis strangles him. Adesanya with the quick tap in round 4. Mike Finch, what'd you think?
I saw the heart of a lion. I mean, DDP, when he gets tired, he just doesn't care. He just keeps pushing forward. And Israel Adesanya was bigger than he's ever been. He said he weighed in heavier than he's ever weighed in for a fight on fight day before, bounced back from weigh-ins. And that's because he had more muscle on him. That's why he could hold that center a little bit more. That's why he could keep DDP off of him. Like you, I thought those early rounds were competitive, 1-2, 2-1, whichever way you put them. It was a close fight. But as the fight wore on, it used to be that DDP was the guy who was getting tired. DDP was the guy who had cardio problems, and he's really just turned a corner. He's really just decided in order to be a world champion, he needs world championship cardio. So, look, I gotta be hard on him now. Okay. I'm going to be hard on him. I'm going to make a video that I'll put out this week. I might as well put it out tomorrow, and you guys will see what I feel about Du Plessis striking. I think in the words of Tyson Fury, he's a shithouse. My guy deserves to be knocked out. He misses big constantly. It is a damn shame that Israel Adesanya does not have the boxing talent to be able to put out a Du Plessis, because Du Plessis lunges forward. He gets off balance. He misses by a mile. He's not pulling his hands back to his fight face. He's not moving his head well after he punches, and he deserves to pay for those things. Unfortunately, nobody's made him pay yet. Du Plessis at the post-fight press conference said he wants Poatan. Poatan will knock his fucking block off. I'll tell you what, he's going to have a problem with a power puncher who can counter him, and that would be Poatan. That'd be a horrific matchup for DDP. As far as the other middleweights go, apparently they can't fucking keep up with him, because the guy, he has the ugliest takedowns I've ever seen, but they work. He's barreling in there, out of the fucking pocket. He's just jaw out, just running forward, freight train doubles. And any good wrestler should laugh at the technique that Du Plessis gets away with. So technique-wise, he gets an F. Performance-wise, cardio-wise, heart-wise, he's got a lion's fucking heart. You got to respect it, man. He's a fucking winner.
Damn, bro. You know you're going to be known as a certified DDP hater after dropping that. Like, it's set in stone.
I'm going to do it with video. All right. So I'm going to show you guys some highlights, and we'll talk about it. My guy Kevin already put one together, so I'll give a shout out to his channel too, since he already did the hard work. It's AJ, when you see my video, you'll understand what I mean.
Okay. I do agree that he's clunky. I do agree that he lacks what would be considered orthodox technique, but damn, it's effective, bro. I'll tell you why it's effective, Mike Finch, because of his fucking stature. He has an awkward build. Have you noticed the build of his shoulders with the short torso and kind of the odd neck, right? I think because of that type of build, the flaws in his striking, like imagine Adesanya punched like Dricus. I think he'd be countered a lot easier, because he seems like to be just a longer target. Du Plessis is kind of smushed together, man. And I think it makes for a really hard guy to hurt. I feel like his chin is high caliber too. He was only knocked out once. It was at 170. He got put down by Solodic. Solodic. I don't even know how to say the name, but it was outside the UFC. I'm telling you this, at 185, bro, he finds a way to beat Poatan. At 185, it's 205, different conversation. Poatan cutting that weight, gets taken down and strangled. You're going to see if he wants to do it, he's getting strangled. He's not putting DDP out.
Yo, Solo Dick ain't the only one who could take out Du Plessis. I'll tell you what, there are a lot of very powerful punchers who will give him a roll of the dice, man. Right now at middleweight, fuck.
Imavov's a cool fight, because
Imavov's interesting because the mobility. That's true. Yeah. That's a tough matchup for him. Rob Whittaker, I thought, fought like shit against DDP. I think he could do a lot better than that. We saw Izzy and Strickland.
Bro, he'll beat Hamzat though. DDP will outdog Hamzat. That's a call. That's a hot take right now. He's gonna outdog Hamzat.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, these middleweights aren't it, dude. These middleweights aren't it.
DDP beats Anderson Silva in his prime.
Oh my God,
bro! He finds a way to win. I'm telling you. He probably takes his back and somehow chokes him out, and you won't even understand.
Anderson Silva knockout. Poatan knockout. Even like the Izzy that fought Whittaker. I mean, remember, we were looking at Izzy off of a year layoff after losing to Strickland.
Which Whittaker fight, though?
First knockout. The knockout.
The second Whittaker fight, I think that DDP beats that version of Izzy too.
I feel you. I mean, I can't even really say that confidently, right? DDP beat Adesanya. It wasn't a bad Adesanya, so I'm not even hating, but like, I don't know. You want me to throw some historical names out? Rumble Johnson knocks him the fuck out.
But that's like light heavyweight, though. That's different.
Johnson fought at 170. There are people.
He wouldn't do him at 170, though.
There are people. There are counter punchers who should be able to light up DDP. It's a damn shame that nobody in the UFC could do it. It's a damn shame.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's because when you feel that DDP energy, it's different, bro. Certain fighters, like I feel like his shit talk is so badass. Like you saw Adesanya melt on stage, tears coming down. You could say it was about his family, whatever. It was because when you shit talk Duplessis, it's like hard to really feel like you're phasing him. And then he comes back with something that just tends to pull at the heartstrings of even the toughest of men. Sean Strickland's crying last time. I think DDP,
He
the
does
man
make
who
men
beats
cry.
him, the man who beats him is the man who doesn't cry at the fucking pre-fight anything. If you don't make it, if he doesn't make you cry, maybe
I didn't even cry at
beats
my
you.
wedding. So you're telling me I have a chance. All right.
You have
cool.
a chance. You have
All
a
right,
chance
cool,
against
cool.
DDP. We got donos in chat. Ali Point VTV. Thank you for the $2. Dropping donos is the way to go. Being like Ali is the way to go. Ali, you're a gangster. Yo, Paku, what's happening, my man? Yo, Fitchman and AJ, keen for the show. I'm still riding a high from my holiday and seeing my boy Kai win. Mayari power, baby. Kai for the champ. Hey, listen, he might be getting a title fight. I'll do matches to make. So just so you guys know, watching earlier today, I was planning on dropping my every fight to make next video. My fucking phone SIM card kept failing. I couldn't get the thing to work, bro. So then I'm like, okay, I got to get this handled because I got a flight in the morning. Go, bada bang, bada boom, run to fucking T-Mobile. Had to get a new SIM card. It takes forever for them to do it. Next thing you know, a good 2 hours passes. I didn't get that video in, but I got Contender Series picks coming after this stream. So you know what? We got some savagery. Don't forget about it. Now
He wants to talk about it. Let's go Kai Kara-France and Steve Ursa.
we'll do it in 1 sec, but I gotta do matches to make next. Adesanya, Yuri Prochazka at 185. Dream fight. If Prochazka drops down, absolutely. You saw Prochazka there. Was he just there for fun? Or was he trying to test out how's the talent down here? And I think that he likes what he saw. And I think Adesanya and Prochazka would be sick.
I just feel like I want to see Adesanya and Khamzat. That's a fun one for me. I don't know why. I just putting those two in the cage. I just can't quite imagine it. I want to see.
I don't know if we'll ever see it.
I'm sad about the Whitaker. I didn't like it the first time, and I especially don't like it this time. Whitaker off of that fucking awesome performance off Alaskarov. I don't know. I want to see Khamzat, give me a Khamzat title shot. Would Khamzat and Duplessis not be fun? Just fast track him. Can you fast track him for me?
He's got to beat Whitaker, though, and that's not an easy task.
Come on, no, he doesn't. Why'd they match that up? UFC, you're tripping.
Khamzat Chimaev, I can't wait to see him knocked the fuck out by Duplessis.
Damn, you used to love Khamzat, bro. That was your favorite fighter. Do you remember that?
I like Prates now a lot.
What happened to that AJ DeVito, who is Khamzat's biggest fucking fan? What happened to that young boy?
He grew into a man who recognizes that he's not his favorite anymore. I'm not a fan. I'm still a fan. It's just not the same level. Like I fuck with DDP a lot. I like Prates, man. We'll talk about that fight in a minute. But yeah, Adesanya, Prochazka, and Duplessis versus Strickland or Khamzat. I mean, I'm down with the Khamzat fight. If he pulverizes Rob Whitaker, he's jumping the line over Strickland. But if it's a Whitaker win, I think it's Duplessis versus Strickland. But I'm down for something else. I think Strickland is in a spot where Dana White's saying he's getting a title fight, and then you get an impressive performance out of Khamzat or Rob, and they could easily jump in front of him because he lost to Duplessis already. Like we can say, oh, it was a robbery. I went back and rewatched it before this weekend, and I was like, oh, Duplessis definitely deserved the win. I was like, oh, shit. Like watching it live, like I was sold. No, Strickland. Nah, rewatching it, bro. Duplessis did enough. So I feel like Duplessis already beat him. So yeah, a rematch is possible, but maybe not the best sellability, I guess, marketability. I think your Khamzat fight's bigger and better.
Yeah, I did the same thing as you. I rewatched the fight. I did score it for Duplessis, but it was a fun one. I'll watch it again. But enough with these rematches. We saw Strickland. Yeah. We saw Whitaker. There's new blood that deserves a title shot. Khamzat. Let me see that fight.
I got it. I like that. Let's go to the co-main event. Mike Finch. Steve Ursay got laid. No, you thought I was going to make a joke. Steve Ursay got laid down by Kara-France.
It's coming
in the first round. Mike, I don't have any jokes about this one. I take Steve Ursay very seriously. And when he loses, it hits home because Steve Ursay is the co-host of this show. This is Steve Ursay, guys.
Jesus Christ. There it is. There it is. Jesus Christ.
Listen, Steve Ursay was boxing with Kara-France, but he was getting too close to him, man. It was like he was kind of playing that game. He was throwing hard, and hard shots were coming back. And Kara-France cracks like very few at 125. Holy shit. seeing Ursay go down like that, I was pretty sad, though. I always call him Best by his finest, the king of the geek squad. Like, I have so many Steve Ursay lines, man. Ursay's witnesses. Like, I'm a big Ursay fan, but unfortunately, Kai Kara France is a bad man. And yeah, he laid out Steve Ursay in the first round and beat him way more impressively than Pantoja, who got a hard-fought decision.
Kai Kara France has 11 losses. He was out of the sport for over a year, comes back against the top contender and knocks him out in the first round. I mean, good for him, but like, what the fuck, you know? Steve Ursay was even with him, but still standing in front of him, not really kicking him. Like, Steve, you can do everything but box with him. Why are you only boxing with him? It was very bizarre. I thought Steve fought really bad. And it's good to know. Good to know Steve's a dumbass. You know, he looks really smart, but he fought really dumb. Why are you letting him back you up to the fence and not moving your head? Like, he's not bending his knees, moving his head. He's like in this like Muay Thai stance. And you know what you do to Muay Thai guys? You box them. And Kai's got, I told you guys in the pre-fight, I said Kai does one thing. He's got a big overhand right. He's got a big right hand. That's all he fucking needed.
That's all he needed. Death punch. Gaurav Sachdeva. Thank you for the 5. You guys are awesome. Listen, you're fucking awesome.
You're awesome, dude. Thank you,
You're
Gaurav.
awesome. Thank you for the 5. Bro, I think Ursay is good still. It's just Kara France, yeah, his record's ugly, but he's what, 13-4 since 2017, though? So, like, early in his career, he was kind of fumbling a lot, but he's kind of coming to his own flow. I mean, he had good moments against Moreno.
Brandon Royval. Brandon Moreno finished him.
Bro, he got robbed against Shahbazyan, though. I mean, now I got to go back and really in-depthly go again and watch that shit because, I don't know, you never know. Could have been biased, but I think Kara France is in a spot where a win like that, availability, he might be next in line for a title. I mean, I know Kai Escura just got signed, so a Kai versus Kai fight could be cool, but who else is getting a title shot? Unless they give it to Shahbazyan, who hasn't fought since the close win, somewhat controversial against Kara France.
Fuck, man, that division does suck. Give him Tatsuya Taira.
I love that division, bro. I love flyweight.
Then how the fuck is he coming back off a year off getting a title shot?
Royval, Taira already booked, and that's
right?
the major fight.
So
it's just one of those.
Isn't Kai Kara versus Tatsuya Taira? Isn't that a fun fight?
That would be dope. But
Isn't
the thing is,
good?
they don't want to do Royval for the title because they already fought twice, him and Pantoja, right? So I don't know. Pantoja might be fighting Shahbazyan, who stylistically is a cool matchup because he's a good wrestler, and I kind of like the clash a lot. I'm interested though because I think a clear-cut number 1 contender comes out of Taira and Royval, assuming it's Taira winning. And then Kai Escura, who's now coming in straight out the gate. I mean, a Kai Kara France, Kai Escura fight would be fucking huge, man.
True. Damn. I don't know. It sucks that some of these matchups are fucking up these divisions, you know? But yeah, I could see Kai Kara up there. I just think granting him a title shot right now is premature.
Fair. Ursay versus Manel Kape or Alex Perez next makes sense. Maybe Alex Perez, actually, because they both need some time off. Manel Kape might be quick and ready to turn around relatively soon after a competitive fight. I know he hurt his foot, though, right, with Mokaev, so he might be out for a bit, too. I don't know. Ursay Kape or Ursay versus Perez makes sense next to me.
Facts.
Still needs a big fight.
AJ the matchmaker. Go for it. I'll give you the keys for this one. Go ahead.
Bro, I'm leading Kara France for the title because I want to see Pantoja fight, and Kara France is unscathed, gets a first round knockout. He could come back by December.
Right.
He could easily do it.
I mean, and make them defend the titles more often. I feel like these titles are a little too far between, right? So yeah, he could defend more, and you get a couple title shots this year. Like you should see the flyweight title defended twice, 2 more times this year.
Well, so far, yeah, we got 1 fight for Pantoja in 2024, and that was May. So I feel like he's ready to get in there, bro. I mean, Ursay lost to him, already turned it back. I'm thinking it could be Kai, bro. I think it could be relatively soon. I'm kind of down for it. Unless it's Kai Escura in a debut getting a title fight, but I don't know if I love that idea. I'd like to see one good performance out of him to build the hype, but it could also kill the hype. So I don't know, up to them.
Kai Kara France, Tatsuro Taira just ripped the fucking matchup apart. I don't care. Then give Steve Erceg a nice bounce back, man. Don't let him fight that high in the division. He just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, no Brandon Moreno fight for him because Moreno's talking coming back. No. Yeah,
give him fucking, give him Cody Durden.
Give him Cody Durden. Send him all the way to the back end. That's funny as hell. Let's keep running down. The next one back was Gamrot and Hooker. They put on a great fight, but shit, Dan Hooker, he's evolved. His takedown defense / get up ability is really what won him the fight. I mean, he was squeezing some guillotines that forced Gamrot to, spin out to his back. So I thought Dan Hooker's performance in this fight was massive. I think this is a win that now puts him amongst the upper echelon because Gamrot was on a solid little roll. He was coming off of a domination of Dos Anjos. I mean, he got rocked early in that fight, but still a win over RDA. The Fiziev fight was an injury, but still big upset. How'd you feel about the decision, though? Did you think Hooker deserved it at the end?
I got to rewatch it. I mean, obviously I didn't like it since I was on Gamrot, but Hooker did damage. Hooker's takedown defense and get-ups were good. I mean, his guillotines are nothing new. AJ, he's had guillotines for a long time. If anything, his guillotine's worse than ever. I mean, he used to have a nice guillotine years ago. But his get-ups are nice. His takedown defense is decent, but still he was getting taken down. He was getting bombed on by Gamrot in the first round. It looked like Gamrot was about to finish that fight in the first round. Was it the first, right? When he was bombing on him?
Dropped him. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Big ground and pound. So, yeah, live, I thought they could maybe raise Gamrot's hand. But even then, I was like, Gamrot fought like shit. He was like hiding his head sometimes. Like some of those shots were just so he could hide his head. He was like an ostrich. Like, oh, danger. Stick your head in the ground. Like that bad. So did he deserve it? Like, nah, I can't be pissed like I was with the Culibao and Ricardo Ramos fight. Close decision. Gamrot shouldn't be fighting the close decisions like that with the likes of Dan Hooker, dude. He should not be getting dotted up like that. He should not have been taking that kind of damage. And after he damaged Dan Hooker that much, he should be able to control him a lot better. So really bad job by Gamrot, always over wrestling. I mean, even though I got that pick wrong, and the Kai one, it's like these breakdowns are on point. I told you guys, Kai's only shot is his fucking right hand. Gamrot's problem is he over wrestles. Both things came true. And fucked them over for their dubs. So, no, I don't hate that decision.
I agree. I'm thinking this. Gamrot maybe versus Benoit Saint-Denis, depending on how everything works. Maybe. And that could be a fight. Benoit's fighting Moicano. That's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
I think Hooker maybe versus Charles Oliveira would be kind of cool. Give Charles Oliveira a fun fight, a little bit of a bounce back from outside of the top, but still a high-tier guy. Because I don't think they're doing Poirier Hooker 2 as a retirement fight. There's a maybe for the Gaethje fight, but I don't know. There's something about that Charles Oliveira fight with Dan Hooker is interesting to me.
Charles Oliveira and Dan Hooker's sick. The battle of the blondes.
I like it.
Blonde Hooker and blonde Oliveira. Yeah, that has to be it.
That has to be it. Oh, listen, bro. AJ the matchmaker strikes again.
Dude, number one good thing you do, fucking pick fights, man. Who picks fights better than AJ? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Thank you. Dylan Summers, thank you for the $2. What about the Rosenstruik decision prop, Finch? That was a money call by you. Rosenstruik dominated.
Let's go. Yo, I'll give a shout out where it's due. I talked to my guy T. My guy T helps me run my my betting page on Telegram.
Yeah.
And he was like, I see this thing going all rounds. And the more I looked at it and I started watching, you know what I did that night too, is I dug into the embedded episodes and I just started watching the content. And I heard him and his coach talking about using all of his weapons and this and that. I'm like, oh, of course. See, everybody picks fights like, or bets on fights like you're looking at what their history has been and sort of how the matchup is, but not a lot of people realize they're human beings. And Rosenstruik can be like, okay, I'll fight different because of who Tai Tuivasa is. He knows Tai Tuivasa is the West Sydney banger. He knows he's going to sling a left hook and a right hook. He knows that. So he's like, fuck it. I'll just dot him up and go to a decision. So I gave out that decision prop on my free channel, by the way, if you're not on my Telegram. I bet on it myself. Plus 800, AJ. We fucking ate, and thank goodness.
Yo, Jay, thank you for 279. Biggest riggings. Joshua, 1 judges are high. Yeah, 1 judge had it for Tuivasa 30-27. I'm like, how the fuck do you give him a round? A 30-27 is crazy. He was outmatched throughout the
They
whole
pulled
thing.
the judge after that, right?
Yeah.
Same judge who did who scored for Ramos and then gave the 30-27. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it was that same judge.
I heard they pulled a judge though.
They did. It was this judge. They pulled him. I don't know if he was in the Hamosh one. I don't know. I'd have to check. Either way, though, good. They got to pull him. Thank you, Jay, for the 279.
Thank you, Jay.
That was terrible. I mean, shit. Jairzinho Rosenstruik clearly won the fight. There was no doubts on my front. There was no question marks. I mean, it was a Rosenstruik kickboxing lesson, and Tai Tuivasa got handled pretty easily. And I think 5 losses in a row ain't a good look. I don't know. I think next fight for Tai Tuivasa, he's got to fight the battle of fucking obesity, bro. The KFC's calling, my man. Shit. Oh, shit. I love Tai, but I got to talk my shit.
Ty's got a little extra on him for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I mean, yo, could this have gone any better for me? Dylan, thank you for letting me brag about it. I appreciate you. Dylan, you're goated. Thank you.
I'm going Rosenstruik versus Derek Lewis if Derek Lewis gets past Romanov. I just want to see that fight finally. Please.
Down for sure. Yeah, just I don't know. It's fun fights, for both of these guys, right? You give them wrestlers, it's not good. So
Rosenstruik's okay with wrestlers now, I feel like.
I guess. I mean, he got bullied by Blades.
Blades a freak though. Blades a monster.
He's a big motherfucker. Yeah, everybody was saying first round knockout with this one. So it was a nice a lot of Tai Tuivasa fights are pretty predictable unless you fight him smart. Like when you fight Tai Tuivasa, you just gotta fight him smart and you can get past it.
Fair point, man. Shit. Well, Jairzinho Rosenstruik with the big W. And let's keep running down. To start off the main card, Carlos Prates sent the Leech Man to a different fucking realm. I love Carlos Prates, man. I'm jumping on the bandwagon right now. I was sold. This week I was excited for him, but the performance lived up and even exceeded expectations. He was so clean with it in the striking. I think right now he can kickbox with an Ian Gary. As long as he can stop the takedown, he can strike with Gary. He could beat an Ian Gary in striking. I think Carlos Prates is ready for the elite, man. He called out Chaos Williams, though. So, I mean, fuck it. Chaos already said, yes, let's do it.
Carlos Prates is the real lock of this card. I put him in a parlay, but, when the odds are 4-1, it's hard to call somebody your lock. But this was the real lock, right? I mean, Carlos Prates was going to beat Leech because Leech is coming off of that back surgery, and Carlos Prates is on fire right now. So I agree, man. I think he's very talented. I think you could throw him right up there with what's that white boy's name? You just said Ian Gary. I think you could throw him right up there with Ian Gary.
He gives Ian Gary hell, but Ian Gary's grappling. So the question mark with Prates is going to be takedown defense as he moves up the ranks.
But Ian Gary, I don't think he's getting taken. If he didn't get taken down by Charlie Radke, I don't think he's getting taken down by Ian Gary, dog.
Fair. Well, Prates is somebody to watch, man. I'm keeping a close eye on Prates. I think he's the special one.
I mean, his striking's fucking special, that's for sure. He smokes cigarettes after practice. Is that true?
I mean, I know he did it after the fight. It's a Thai thing, right? He trained in Thailand for a while. So he
got Muay Thai on his stomach or chest.
Yeah. So he tends to, rip a couple buds after the fight, which I actually think is pretty badass, man. So Prates, dangerous man, and somebody to get excited about. Now, in the fight before, it was our featured prelim, Walker and Tafa, submission by Walker. I pick flipped, bro, because I knew Walker was looking good. I did, my man.
Didn't I say you were going to pick flip on this one?
You knew I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
bro,
I didn't even know
he
that.
Lost the fat. He trimmed down nicely. I said, no, I have to go Walker. He's in shape. And he trains with Russians. Am I going a Russian wrestler or a pure striker? Even though he's Brazilian.
I wanted to give Walker out too. I ended up giving Culibao out at the last second because I heard Ricardo Ramos had a bad flight. And this was it. Should have just gone with Walker. But you saw on the feet, like Tafa's a problem and Walker's not. You know, you saw on the feet. I mean, it's like total striker grappler matchup.
What'd you think though of Tafa's post-fight antics?
Slapping Walker in the face, not respectful. You know, a little frustrated, are we, Tafa?
Yeah, he was.
You know, I'm not a fan of that shit, man. When Michael Bisping spit on the corner of Jorge Rivera, I was like, this dude's fucking should get cut. Now he's like a UFC commentator, you know. Okay, well,
ain't that crazy?
You know, so it's like, when Paul Daly punched Josh Koscheck after the bell, they cut him. That's good. When Paul Juarez heel hooks a guy after they tap, get him the fuck out of here. You know, so it's the same thing. Like, don't slap a dude after the fight, bro. Fuck you.
Yeah, not a good look for Tafa, man.
No.
I don't know. Maybe Volter Walker gets the brother now. He takes out both.
That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. Hey. It's the better brother, so it's actually fun.
Yeah, I like that fight. And we're going to talk this one. Finch, man, special request. I wasn't planning on it, but we're doing it. Culibao versus Ramos. I'll tell you officially, Finch, I'm not a fan of Ramos anymore. He won this fight because Culibao sold. And I officially realized that Ramos is no Charles Oliveira 2.0. He's nothing more than he's Brazilian and he looks kind of like him a little bit with more fair skin. That's it. He's got a pointy nose. He's a pointy nose Brazilian. He ain't Charles Oliveira's fucking cousin or nothing like that. Let me tell you my issue. The reason Culibao sold the first round is he falls down and Ramos has the back and nearly chokes him, which if he wasn't over aggressive, he's fine. Culibao every fucking time, he actually strikes nicely, but what does he do to try to finish fights? He throws flailing, crazy, wide, delusional fucking power bombs instead of using the technique that got his opponent hurt first. I don't understand. That's like the opposite of Prates, right? Who was just popping the 1-2s.
I agree.
Then you see in the fucking second round, Culibao had Ramos done. He had him done. The leg is over with. Get him up. Say, come on, let's do it. Let's go. Let's strike. Instead, he's playing the ground game with him. And then he's fucking taunting too. He's doing the ballerina dance and dancing around. And then
that was great. The ballerina was fucking phenomenal.
If you lose, it's not great. I said this during the stream. I said Culibao is the guy. He's at the finish line. He's doing the dance, and the other guy passes him. And sure enough, he loses the fucking decision because of it, man. He's sold. That's why I said that these guys, both of them, pink. Where's the pink slip? I'm cutting them both. Done. Done. Cut him.
My God, way too harsh on Culibao.
Nah,
maybe not. I don't know. That wasn't too bad. Okay, so you were shitting on both of them, which I did not understand beforehand. I could see your take now a little bit more. AJ, big fucking difference. Okay, Culibao should have got a 10-8 for that second round. He beat the shit out of Ricardo Ramos in that second round. How none of those doorknob judges could give a 10-8 round when Ramos did jack shit. The only strike he landed was an eye poke that, let's just be honest, that was the most deliberate eye poke I have ever seen. I mean, he looks at his eye, reaches out and pokes him. He's hurt. He gets a little bit of a break, and you could see him taking deep breaths and recovering, and Culibao wants to come back, but he's like, he's grabbing his eye. Like, are you good? Yeah. Even the ref was like, trying to hurry him back up because you could see Ricardo Ramos was fading. He was about to get finished. Pokes him in the eye. Dirty shit. Dirty shit. Let's walk it back. I gave a round by round. First round, 10-9 Ricardo Ramos, but Culibao goes out there, starts beating him up. Hurt his leg bad. Ramos is hopping on his leg, but what does he do? He fucking falls, and Ramos climbs on his back and almost chokes him. So, fine. 10-9 Ramos, even though the commentators weren't sure. I'm good with that. Round 2, 10-8 Culibao drops him. Ramos' open guard is trash. He's standing in front of him, and Ramos can't do anything with his open guard. Like, let's go, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion. Use your fucking foot as a hook. Start getting into a De La Riva. Do you have an off-balancing game? Or are you going to lay on your fucking back like a prostitute? Culibao spun like a ballerina. He was so loose in there is what I wrote. You took it the other way and said he's letting the fight go. I don't know. I took it the other way. Like, Culibao is dominating this guy. Ramos pokes him in the eye on purpose. Easy 10-8 for me. I don't know. Whatever everybody else saw. round 3, 10-9 Culibao. Obviously, Culibao has energy. Ramos did not. 1 minute left. Ramos gets his back. Culibao escapes with 30 seconds left. Damage-based scoring. Obviously, you're going to go Culibao. That decision pissed me off. And that actually really fucked up my card because I've been going 5-0, 4-1 on my picks. And that one, instead of 3-2, it made it 2-3. It fucking bombed our picks out. So if it wasn't for Rosenstruik getting me the plus 800, I was fucked on Saturday. I did not appreciate that from the judges. Please tell me you scored that thing for Culibao.
I said that I thought Culibao won, but I say that it was a bad visual that he got cut. And then Ramos had some back control. So the judges are looking at, oh, he's bleeding all over his face. They're almost scoring as if there was more damage than in actuality happened. I agree. I think Culibao should have won. He's the better fighter, but he sold, man. The fight IQ mistakes, man, and then getting taken down late was unfortunately the kill.
Sean Shelby has a point here. He was kicking the legs when he could have easily stood him up. Now, Sean, as somebody who's been in MMA fights, I could tell you when you have a position. So if somebody's laying on their back and you're standing up, it's hard to let that go. It really is, because they're only 5-minute rounds and you just need to win 2 of them to win. And so you got somebody in a compromised position like that. It's nice to soak up some clock sometimes. But in this situation, I agree with you. He was hurt so bad to the leg that, I was yelling at my TV. For Culibao to stand.
I was
up,
yelling at the fucking. I was screaming and screaming.
yeah. So he fucked up. I guess AJ doesn't like the ballerina. I definitely didn't like how he got his back taken twice in the fight. But he won the fight and he was robbed. And the fact that nobody scored him a 10-8 second round is bizarre to me. Guys, go back and watch that fucking second round. Ramos didn't do a damn thing but poke him in the eye.
Fair. We got a big question here. K. Kaz, Borralho. Dana White's Contender Series breakdown is going to drop after Moneyline. I have the video recorded. I have the thumbnail made. All I have to do is upload the video. And let me tell you, this is a really good Contender Series breakdown. I think this one is fuego. And I'm excited to talk about each of them. I mean, I already did, but I'm excited for you guys to hear what I have to say, because I would say this Contender Series card is one of the best I've ever seen. There are some dope fights. There's some potential memes. There's the steroid king of Dagestan on the card. Like, this is going to be good shit. And I'm really excited. So yes, Contender Series picks will drop after the stream, man.
Boom. Crazy card. Let's talk this one.
Let's go. UFC Vegas 96 going down Saturday. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe it up too. To start the card off, we have Cong Wang versus Victoria Leonardo. I'm a part of the Cong Wang gang already. She does have a win over Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing. Now, it was actually a pretty close fight when you go back and watch, and I think it could have went either way. Not like significant beating of Valentina, but the fact that she's capable and striking well with Valentina, even though this is years ago, shows that this girl's a dangerous prospect. And then on top of that, she beat Yanan Wu pretty convincingly, who's an ex-UFC fighter. And then the road to the UFC win, she actually got a submission. I believe one of the matchmakers, if not one of the UFC higher-ups, stated that they feel she already has the potential to compete against the ranked opposition at this weight class. And that's what they said leading into Road to UFC. Now she gets signed and she fights a bottom of the barrel, but always dog tough Victoria Leonardo. I think Wang is probably going to knock her out. So I'm going Wang as a confident pick.
You just heard AJ say he's Wang gang.
Wang.
Gay as fuck, boy.
Hey, Cong
gang.
You got to make sure you put the Kong first. If
Kong,
not, then it's taken
really
then
small,
it's
and then just give him a Wang gang
t-shirt
with a big old dick on it.
I would wear that shirt. I'd wear that shirt. I wear it with pride.
Put the Brock Lesnar tattoo behind it. Wang gang.
Wang gang
Somebody
forever.
make that shirt for AJ.
That's funny as fuck.
Holy shit. All right, Wang gang. Well, I'm picking Wang, but I think the bet's got to be Leonardo. I mean, Wang is like a +1 or fucking -1 million favorite. Some ridiculous odds out here as to where the resumes are incomparable. I mean, Leonardo's fought a lot of good women. Do I have to go through the list? Because I'll fucking do it. Leonardo's fought Natalia Silva, Mandy Bone, Melissa Gatto, Manon Farrow, Erin Blanchfield, Miranda Maverick. Come on. Like Leonardo's record sucks, but so does Kai Kara Francis. Are we going to look at that? I think that her durability will matter here. Her UFC experience will matter here. And if she could just find a way to eke out 2 out of 3 with grappling. Wang's a better striker. Wang's very patient. The pick, don't get me wrong. Please don't misquote me, folks. The pick is Wang, but the odds are stupid.
Minus 950 for Cong Wang gang. Leonardo.
UFC debut minus 950. What the fuck are people smoking?
Bro, I'm telling you, it's the hype from the Valentina fight some years ago. The over 1.5 is minus 190. We're probably going over 1.5.
Yo.
The under is big plus 160. If Wang knocks her out early, you cash in nice.
I think a touch on Leonardo money line could be worth a shot if the odds are going to stay this fucking wide. You know, that's bizarre. That's bizarre. You have a girl with a lot of UFC experience and a newcomer. So weird shit happens when people make UFC debuts. Look through the history.
Fair. I don't know. I think Wang's a different breed.
But is there money to be made? Are you going to bet on Wang?
No, you're going to sit and you're going to enjoy the Wang Kang.
AJ Wang gang ain't even betting on her. Ain't even betting on her.
I'm picking her. You can't bet on her minus 900. But listen, Wang gang, bro, forever. We're Wang gang in it for life now, man. Let's go. I'm a fan.
Oh, holy shit.
I'm a fan.
All right, bro. She's short. She's very patient. She's low volume. You know, you could see her getting robbed on a decision. Can we get a robbery decision for Leonardo, please? If you're going to score it against Kulabao, I mean, can we at least get a Leonardo plus 950? Like, that would be nice, right?
That's funny. Well, we're going for the big favorite. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card, we have Josiane Nunes versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. 2 women's fight back-to-back, man. This one here is a lot closer. I feel like it's a coin flip fight. I think Josiane Nunes is tough, though. I just feel like Cavalcanti definitely has the better technical striking, but she fights at that technical pace. So if Nunes can turn this into a dirtier fight and more of a brawl, then I feel like she's going to end up having some success. She was doing well late against Chelsea Chandler, touching her up with big punches. I know Cavalcanti looks really clean, though. I watched her PFL fight for the Challenger Series, and she was brought more into a brawl in that fight, and she didn't look nearly as good when she was fighting on the inside. So Nunes is definitely going to have to drive the car in close and make this a scrappy fight, tie up with her, put her against the cage. It can't be long-range striking. We're at the apex, smaller cage. Granted, there's smaller girls in general, right? But I don't know. I think Nunes can get a close decision in this one. I'm going to go with Josiane Nunes on a 29-28, maybe even a split decision. In a competitive back and forth, she makes this a hard fight. She's very good. I mean, I feel like Nunes she's caliber enough. Cavalcanti's good too. She's got a lot of promise, but not really a big finisher at a high level, right? And Nunes can make dog fights happen. So I don't know. The over 2.5 seems likely as fuck.
Well, I just don't think Cavalcanti will engage in that dogfight. Nunes has a lot more power than her. Her Cavalcanti's one loss was to Marcina Jindrova in PFL. And that was, she got dropped bad in that fight. I mean, you know, she was bombing on Cavalcanti, and Cavalcanti fights with this like hands open style. It's like 2 catcher's mitts, and she's just waiting in the outfield. So it's kind of hard to get to her generally. And besides that one example, you know, I think she's going to pretty much slow this thing down and be able to outpoint a very, very short Nunes. I actually want to see the heights because I'm not sure what the discrepancy is, but Nunes is like up to my kneecap. So what we got Nunes at 5'2", and that's a real 5'2". Versus Cavalcanti's 5'8", has a rangy style anyway. AJ, I don't see Nunes being good enough at striking to close that distance effectively. Cavalcanti decision.
Only a 3-inch reach disparity, though. Nunes got some deceptively long arms.
I think that'll be enough.
That's fair. All right, so you're going Cavalcanti on the cards. She's a minus 190 favorite. with Nunes at plus 165. Over 2.5 is minus 260. I like that more than any money line. I mean, yeah, the odds are sweet on Nunes, but I definitely think Cavalcanti could beat her, man. Nunes has to turn into a dogfight. I think she can bring the pressure, though. I think it's going to be close, man.
Does she have the IQ for that, guys? I see everybody saying that in the comments too. But does she have the IQ for that? Is that what she's going to do?
I mean, if I'm
she stands on the outside a lot.
Yeah, right? I know. No, true. But if you're a team, you're like, listen, you better drive that car. This girl's good at sniping.
Yeah, but it's not a video game. We can't get in there. Her brain matters. Like, you know, she's like a Mortal Kombat character before you select her, you know?
Yeah,
just
fair.
kind of stands her ground a little bit. Throws this, just stands her ground a little bit. I think she's getting dotted up, folks.
All right. So you like Cavalcanti on the cards?
I do.
Let's see what the odds are. Cavalcanti by a decision is plus 100. So it's expected, I guess you could say. Nunes just punches air and runs forward, man. We need that air punching to hit some flesh. Sean Shelby knows inside info.
Yeah, I mean, Nunes has got more pop. That's for sure.
I guess we'll see what happens. Either way, different picks on this one, but I think we both can agree that over 2.5 is a lock. Yeah. Ladies going long. Over 2.5 for sure. Let's keep running. Next fight on the card. Oh, shit. I actually like this fight a lot. We got Jose Medina versus Zach Reese. I'm picking Zach Reese to win against Jose Medina, even though I like Medina and like I want to see him win. He's training at Entrom Gym now, so he's with some legit savages, and he's cutting down to 85. That fight against, man, the name's escaping me, Gadzi Asulov, that was up at 205. He went long there. And he's tough as hell, but I mean, he got clearly, you know, dominated for 3 rounds, and he got a UFC contract because of his grit. The dude's definitely tough. And I think the question mark around Zach Reese is going to be how he looks in the later stages of the fight. So betting wise, my mentality here is Zach Reese needs not to just try and blitz Medina. Medina seems to have a really good chin, and he also has a, you know, decent enough defensive grappling game. I think Reese needs to be mindful of the opposition and fight more calculated. I think Reese could pull off a pretty clean, unanimous decision, controlling this fight on the ground, doing some striking, mixing in takedowns. He's definitely better than Medina, but the worry is because Reese has been 1 round in every single fight. That's all he's done is 1 round fights, right? It would be what happens if he doesn't know how to control his output. He fights crazy. He gasses a little bit, and then Medina somehow outdogs him for a late stoppage.
Zach Reese is a first-round finisher, but that doesn't mean that's all he can do. You know, I think he's a lot better at striking. He's a lot better at jiu-jitsu. Medina's going to try to hit takedowns and throw fucking punches and elbows, but you know, I think Zach Reese could get it back up on his feet, maybe have an active guard. We don't see that enough. And I think the striking's too wide. So give me Zach Reese TKO. Medina's tough. It's possible they go all 3. That's definitely live. But Zach Reese is just so much more talented, man. I mean, we've seen toughness beat talent. I mean, you could look back to that Duplessis and Adesanya fight, but I think it's too wide here. Give me Zach Reese TKO.
Minus 400 for Reese, plus 275 for Medina. Over 1.5 is plus 115. I feel like we might be going over 1.5, man. I'm giving Medina his respect. He's tough enough to survive into maybe a 3rd round at the least. So that over is interesting to me. And then you like the TKO for Reese at plus 120. The decision side for Reese is all the way up at plus 600. But he could have a Tom Nolan moment where he wins a decision against a gritty dude. Maybe. Medina's got a good chin, but like, yo, his striking technique is flawed. He's just not really very good. I mean, he's tough as fuck, but he's just not very good.
Yeah, that's an issue, right? He's too hittable, and Zach Reese is too live. I don't know. That first round TKO is a little too live for me to touch that over, you know? Especially when there's some much more obvious overs on this card. All
right, let's go. We're both going Zach Reese with confidence, but shit, if Medina wins, that's a real life Rocky story, man. So I'm as a fan in my heart, I'd like to see it. Mhm.
AJ always says, let's keep running, right? Let's keep running.
Let's keep running. Rocky Balboa shit. Next fight, we have Slava Claus, Vyacheslav Borshchev versus James Llontop.
Good one.
I'm going with Slava Claus. I'll pick him to win. Llontop, I mean, he's known for his striking, and I'd say he's got pretty snappy kicks, but Slava's a high caliber kickboxer. The issue
But what
is,
if Lontop's striking is as good as Chase Hooper's?
I know, but I
Slava
think
might get dropped.
he might. But I guess you know what? I think the reason Slava got so shocked by that punch is because he had no respect for Hooper's striking, but he was so worried about the takedown that he was out of position as Hooper threw that shot. Whereas with Llontop, like, yeah, he's been on the ground before. He's coming off a first round submission loss to Chris Padilla, and Llontop was a minus 450 favorite in that fight. I'm going with Slava.
Chase got better at striking.
Chase has gotten better. I think Slava can beat a James Llontop, though. I think so.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, guys. This one's a coin flip. This one's a. Where's my fucking Doge coin? Look at my Doge coin. That's Doge. Okay. And so the D is for Slava, and the dog is for Llontop. That was not it, folks. All right. We got the D. We got Slava. I was thinking Slava anyway, so we're going for it, okay? Listen, Slava's a great striker. So technical, as to where Llontop more power, right? So power versus technique. We'll side with technique. To be honest, I ain't fucking betting on this one.
Fuck no. The odds for this fight have Slava Claus at minus 220. With James Llontop at plus 185. Note that Slava's been dropped in his past two fights, but he was showing promise in that Nazim Sadikov fight, and Sadikov's pretty good. I think Slava Claus is going to end up pulling off a hard-fought win over Llontop, but shit, method of victory for this one, you're playing with fire. I mean, it's live for Slava to do some damage and get a knockout, but I definitely can see him, working towards a hard-fought decision. I feel like when Slava gets going, his combos are real nice. He's a good striker, man. And normally you worry about him versus grapplers, but after the recent performances, it's just we have to be hesitant with confident Slava pick here, even against an unproven Llontop, who's more of a prospect. But we'll both go Slava in this fight. Slava Claus.
Come on, Slava. We want to see it
Slava.
too. Come on, Slava.
Let's go, Slava. Let's see what you got. Let's keep running up the card. Next fight, we have Dennis Buzukja versus Danny Silva. I'm going Danny Silva. He's 9-1. It's Cub Swanson guy. I feel like
his best win was against who?
His last one was against your boy Culibao.
Hey.
And listen, I shit on Culibao hard, but in this one, I'm using him to sell myself on. All right, if you can beat a Culibao, you can beat a Buzukja. I mean, Buzukja's okay, but shit, bro. Buzukja's UFC win was against Connor Matthews. Connor Matthews is not Danny Silva level. And I mean, 2 losses before that. Sean Woodson loss is fair. He went distance, but he got completely dominated. Then Jamal Emmers knocked him out early. I think Danny Silva can strike with Buzukja, and I also think he could potentially mix in some takedowns. I think Danny Silva in a hard-fought 3-round battle is probably what's going to end up coming to fruition here. Both guys have skills, though. I mean, Buzukja's got some nice punching. He's got some big hooks that he likes to throw, but I think Silva's a little bit of a better pressure fighter and maybe with a little bit faster hands. So I think the wrestling threat could be a factor, too.
Alex Ortega took Danny Silva's back way too easy in LFA. He had underhooks, and all he did was just jack an underhook up, and Silva's like, "Here's my back. Go ahead. Are you comfortable back there? Do you need a blanket?" Like it was awful. But with Dennis Buzukja, I think he's going to end up just trying to kickbox with him. Danny Silva's pretty technically sound with the kickboxing, hands up, chin tucked, pretty much what you want to see. Not too risky. So I don't know. I'm not crazy on this one. If somebody was trying to sell me on Buzukja, I'm a potential buyer, but right now it's a no bet. I understand the chat all going dog or pass on this one. I early lean for Silva. I'll dig into it.
Early lean for Silva. I'm going with Silva. But fuck, man. Some of these fights, betting wise, minus 230 for Silva, Buzukja plus 195. This is a pick'ems fight. Should be even money. Over 2.5 is minus 190. Just because you mentioned it, Buzukja by submission is plus 1200 if he gets that back and somehow locks something in. But I don't see it, man. I think Silva hard fought win.
MMA locker room, you must not know who the fuck I am. I go against OC fighters all the time. Okay. You can't pick fights with your heart. You have to use your brain. And so I'm not trying to pick bias, dog.
That Cub Swanson pick though over Dawoodu a while back, that turned out to be pretty good.
I mean, every now and then, right?
Yeah.
A couple times I was like, man, this Bilal fight's close. What should I do? Fuck it, I'll go Bilal. But no, honestly, if anything, I'm biased the other way. I see their deficiencies. I've been in the room with them, or
Yeah.
So I know about their injury or something, If anything, it's the other way, man. I'm tougher on OC fighters.
Any inside info on Silva?
0.
All right. Well, Danny Silva, we'll pick him. Close fight, but I think he get a hard fought decision over a game Dennis Buzukja. Let's keep running and let's get to our main card opener. If you guys haven't yet, smash the likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe it up. We got Edmund Shahbazyan versus Gerald Meerschaert. I'm going with Edmund Shahbazyan to knock Meerschaert out. Now, Meerschaert hasn't been knocked out in a couple fights. Pfeiffer KO'd him 3 fights ago, I believe. He looked okay against Petrosky. Neither guy known for their striking there, and he ended up getting a competitive win. And then last time, he beat Brian Barberena, who's about as one-trick pony as you can get inside of the UFC. Edmund Shahbazyan's still good. I think, everybody dropped Edmund Shahbazyan, immediately. Okay, wait, he lost to Derek Brunson. Oh, okay, then it's all right, the Jack Hermanson fight, nah, he's a can now. Imavov, nah, he's a can. Then he beats Ligambula. Hernandez beats him. It's 4 losses against guys that are pretty solid. He beat AJ Dobson, albeit he did get rocked early in the fight, but it shows that he, has some durability to him. I think that Edmund Shahbazyan at Extreme Couture, he's only 26. The improvements are going to be consistent. The takedown defense should definitely hold up. Gerald Meerschaert's going to need this fight on the ground. If he's striking with Shahbazyan, he's going to be a knockout victim. And I think ultimately this fight will take place with a good portion of it in the striking realm. And I think Edmund Shahbazyan is getting a vicious knockout of Gerald Meerschaert.
Pepino asked if I know anything about Tiki Gosen. My friend is Razor Rob McCullough, so I've heard some crazy stories about Tiki Gosen, and I ain't telling you shit because Chris Keeper's got it right. I'm confident as fuck. Give me the dog. I'm on Gerald Meerschaert. Gerald Meerschaert's striking is not as bad as you folks think. Yes, he looks like he has a stick up his ass, but that's how he fucking fights, okay? He's got a better chin than Edmund Shahbazyan. I think if they're banging, he can hold water, and if he gets a hold of him, he's going to drag him out of the ground, and the jiu-jitsu's not even close. Not even close. Gerald Meerschaert climbs onto his back, gets a rear naked strangle. Look at him physically. He looks better than ever. Gerald Meerschaert's beating the likes of, fucking... what's his name? Not Petrino. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Bruno Silva?
Bruno Silva. No. The jacked up fucking wrestler. Petrino? Petrillo?
Petrosky? He lost.
Petrosky. Split decision?
Yeah, he lost the split.
Okay. Petrosky is way harder to grapple with, way harder to fight with for Meerschaert. I think Edmund Shahbazyan's getting taken down, getting his back taken, getting his neck wrung. Edmund Shahbazyan's losses are to good guys. I understand that argument, but I think Gerald Meerschaert's just kind of a bad matchup for him, man. I think he's going to use his ability to sort of weather any storm. His striking's good enough to make it happen. He'll get a hold of him, drag him onto the ground, and choke him. Dog pick, Gerald Meerschaert.
Dog pick. I respect the dog pick of Meerschaert, and I can see what you're saying, because if they're on the ground, Meerschaert is substantially better. But in the striking realm, I really like Shahbazyan. And I guess I like Shahbazyan's improved takedown defense, man. I think that he's going to be able to stop some Meerschaert takedowns, and I feel like he's going to catch him with a devastating punch.
I mean, maybe, Edmund Shahbazyan's an interesting case. You try to figure out where he's at because he's gotten mopped multiple times. But I guess he had a good performance in the last one. Who did he just beat? I'm trying to remember that fight. He just beat...
Shahbazyan beat AJ Dobson. And he got hit early hard, but then he beat him up with some ground and pound.
Yeah. AJ Dobson, the skills are not comparable to Gerald Meerschaert, though. Gerald Meerschaert, 36 wins. How many of those are by submission? 28 submission wins. He rear naked strangles everybody. He's got wins over Bruno Silva, Dustin Stoltzfus. I know Brian Barberena is what it is. Split decision to Andre Petrosky is what it is. Anyway, Trevin Giles, etc. And I swear he looks better now. And people think he's 40. He's 36. He's not out of his prime yet. So I think that I think he's a tough matchup for Edmund Shahbazyan. I don't know. Edmund Shahbazyan, I assume, is plus money.
Edmund Shahbazyan is a minus 300 favorite.
Or, I meant, that's what I meant.
250.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
no, I knew what
Edmund
you meant.
Shahbazyan, I think, is a favorite. So 3-1.
3-1.
Bro, I think people sleep on GM3 too often, man.
Meerschaert by sub plus 550. Shahbazyan by KO minus 170. You going for the value on this one?
Meerschaert by sub.
All right. It's big plus. I respect it. Over or under a round and a half?
I'll let you guys know on Telegram when I drop my official bets. Let me look at that.
That's funny. Yeah, tricky. Minus 130 for the over. Under is plus 100. That's a fucking coin flip and a half, man. I think it does end inside of the distance. That's minus 500.
So we'll say D is the it was over under we're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, we got over.
D is the over. All right, it's going over. Finchman's coin said it. Let's go. I'm going Shahbazyan Finchman, though, with a ballsy underdog of former Moneyline guests back when we had a mix of the Moneyline and the MMA hour in one show.
That's true. Maybe I'm just biased for GM3. That's my boy. That's my dude. Yo, GM3's cool. He'll actually DM me on occasion. He's fucking really cool.
Yeah, he's a good man. Let's keep running. Let's go.
Oh, Gerald.
Let's go, Gerald. Next fight on the card. Michael Morales versus Neil Magny. I got to go with Michael Morales to win. I think Michael Morales can beat a Neil Magny. It's the ultimate test. This is where we find out, is Michael Morales a guy with any bit of outstanding potential, or is he not? I mean, he's got a lot of skills showing. His striking's pretty slick. He's got the Ecuadorian wrestling. Come on, man. Michael Morales should 30-27 Neil Magny at this point. I'm going Morales. He's not going to pull a Mike Malott and sell. We're going. You going Morales, Finch? Or you somehow got Magny here?
I got Neil. Come on, bro. No, come on. Michael Morales is a tremendous athlete. To say, does he have any bit? Fuck yeah, he's got a bit. He's a fucking good wrestler, better striker. He's explosive. He's young as fuck. How old is he? Fucking 5 years old. Michael Morales is 25. I think that this is a coming out party for him. Now, the Mike Malott win in round 3 of the Strickland Duplessis card, who fucking called that? Not too many of you. You know, Mike Malott had to be a big favorite. Let's see. Plus 300 underdog Neil Magny was.
Yeah.
You know, he's fighting the likes of Gilbert Burns, Ian Gary, Shavkat. Like, they don't give Neil Magny easy fights. So don't completely sleep on Neil Magny. I've done commentary with Neil Magny for Hoosier Fight Club. Neil Magny, you know, my boy for sure. I'm picking this fucking young kid Morales. He's on the come up. He's gonna kick down that gate, and he's a force to be reckoned with. The one problem I have is the same problem you know, Anthony Smith was able to expose against that really explosive Brazilian Petrino. Yeah. Which is they make mistakes, man. So Morales makes mistakes. He does. If Neil Magny can grab a neck, that would be horrifying, since I'm thinking about betting on Morales. So Morales is a lock.
Decision is plus 105 for Morales. What do you think about that?
Decisions what?
Plus 105 for Morales.
Morales is a finisher, dog.
Past couple decisions, though, to be fair.
I feel like you might have to parlay it. He's got out of his he's 16-0, 11 knockouts.
That is impressive. He could put Neil out. The thing is, Neil's chin, it's been holding up pretty well, man. He hasn't been knocked out since, holy shit, when? Ponzinibbio knocked him out in the 4th round in 2018.
Guillotine by Shavkat.
Yeah.
2022. Arm triangled by Gilbert Burns, 2023. Yeah, I don't know about an under-over, man. Enough with these under-overs. I don't fucking know yet. I don't know. Those ones are the ones you let marinate, right? Mike Malott, and it's probably a parlay.
Mike Malott? You think he comes
Whoa,
back in a
holy
rematch?
shit. I was looking at the record. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Mike Morales.
Mike Morales.
And it's yeah, Mike Morales has got to be a lock.
Yeah. Morales should win this fight. Both of us picking Morales. We got some confidence in him. And let's run up to the first of 2 Ultimate Fighter finales, but the second one, we don't know. So I'll be dropping that pick later in the week. And the Finch man, I know he's going to be doing the same. We have a fun middleweight clash here between Ryan Loder and Robert Valentin. I got to go with Robert Valentin to win. He's a more experienced MMA fighter, and the dude is dangerous AF. He's got big power. He's a little bit crazy. He's chaotic. He has a crazy submission win from the Ultimate Fighter. He had a sick elbow knockout, and he gives very Yuri Prohashka straight out of Valhalla type vibes, man. He has that type of flair. And I think Loder is a good wrestler for sure. D1 All-American level, good pressure wrestling, but he's not a great finisher, especially against the Valentin who's been doing this a very long time. I think Loder's a little too simple in the stand-up. Now, Loder is a southpaw, and he's got a relatively good range, works a decent jab into his takedowns, but I think Valentin is going to do some damage to him. I think Valentin's going to end up knocking him out. I'm telling you, Ryan Loder's dyslexic, bro. This is Matt Hamill 2.0. Instead of deaf, he's dyslexic. I swear to you, I'm not even joking. I like Ryan Loder. He's a great guy. I really do. I liked him from the Ultimate Fighter. He's a good man. But I got to go with Valentin to do the damage, bro. I'm going with him.
I'm going with Ryan Loder. I think Ryan Loder is going to out-wrestle this guy. How many times do we need to see Valentin get out-wrestled? Pre-UFC, everybody did it. Joey Birkenbosch, this guy runs across the cage. Fucking runs. Just like, you know how AJ says, we'll keep running. We'll keep running. This was like Olympics, like sprint across the fucking cage. Track and field style to Valentin. Valentin didn't do shit, gets taken down immediately by this bum. Valentin versus he gets backed up easy. I can't even read this name. He gets backed up easy. I've seen him get taken down in multiple fights that I saw. They're kind of old. AJ knows I didn't fucking watch this Ultimate Fighter, so I got to go back and do my homework before I place my bets. That's for sure. But pre Ultimate Fighter takedown defense, I think is trash. As to where Loder's takedowns are really nice. Like his fence takedowns are better than Matt Hamill's ever were. Matt Hamill just had a double leg on the fence. This guy's getting body locks, bring you one way, go the other way. His wrestling looks really good to me. He loves that high underhook knee tap takedown on the fence. One of my personal favorites. So, you know, real recognize real. I saw that one. I said, ooh, that's a good takedown. His striking is green. Now, AJ makes a good point. Valentin's striking is a lot better. Loder's striking is trash. That's a problem. But the fact that they're fighting in a fucking telephone booth really helps me out here. I think Loder does get a hold of Valentin, drags him out of the ground, beats him up as much as he wants to. Decision, TKO, submission, I don't know. Give me Loder. Odds are like even, yeah. So give me Loder, money line. And I think these takedowns are going to come easy unless Valentin did something on the Ultimate Fighter that's going to knock my fucking socks off, make me go full Wang gang on him. I don't know, man. I got Loder.
You're going to watch those fights of Valentin. You're going to say, damn, this dude's dangerous.
All right.
He's fun to watch, man. He's minus 155, Loder plus 135. But I do understand your mentality picking Loder to win here because he is a good wrestler. And Valentin, like you were saying, you know, was taken down by Joey Birkenbosch, but he did also submit him in the first round too, though.
I just don't see how he could stop Loder's fucking. As soon as Loder gets his hands clasped, yeah, he's going for a ride. Whether it's a submission or what, I don't know.
All right, I respect the call, man. I'm going Valentin.
Probably decision.
Decision, probably. Finchman going Loder. We got one more fight, which will be announced tomorrow following the Ultimate Fighter, and expect a later of the week break.
Based on these fucking images, AJ's going Loder too. Valentin looks like he's got what is this fucking low resolution, foggy mirror looking fucking shot of Valentin. AJ's not showing Valentin no love.
I like Loder, man. Listen, I like Loder. He's a cool guy. I liked his personality.
The high def picture for Loder. This looks.
I had to make it right. You know what? Maybe the universe is giving you all the sign. Maybe I'm subconsciously rooting and picking for Loder. But for some reason, I just am going Valentin because I want violence. But I might be making a big mistake here. Maybe I'm making a mistake. We'll see. Valentin so far for me. Loder for the Finch, man. We got more. We have our co-main event of the evening. We got Angela Hill versus Tabatha Ricci. I'm picking Angela Hill. I'm riding the Angela Hill train until it fucking crashes at this point. I don't think Tabatha Ricci deserved the decision against against Tisha Pennington. I don't. I think that Angela Hill's hands are on point. She looked great against Pinheiro last time and subbed her. Her takedown defense is as good as ever. And I think that her lateral movement's on point. Her angles are on point. Her footwork is high tier. Her hand speed is there. She's the better striker than Ricci. And I think she's going to be able to stop those Ricci takedowns because though Ricci has good jiu-jitsu, she's not a phenomenal takedown artist. She's good with pressure against the cage. She has decent striking flurries, but I think she gets sloppy at times. And I think Hill is a lot cleaner with her stand-up. So I'm going with Angela Hill.
I'm going with Tabatha Ricci. Angela Hill's 1,000 years old, and yes, she has aged like fine wine. Yes, I did see her at Bellator, and she was pretty cool. Hung out with her at the bar a little bit, but that don't matter, folks. I'm picking with my mind. I'm thinking Tabatha Ricci, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, take her down, do 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 do, just take her down, do 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 do. I feel like she's 3 takedowns away from winning this fight. Angela Hill has gotten better with age. You make a point, but you're saying she's got fast hands, bro. Eventually at 39, she's got to start falling off with the hand speed. When's it going to be the fight? You know, I gotta go Tabatha Ricci's grappling. I don't think her wrestling is like Weili's, but it's good. I think, you know, like Jandiroba was able to, but look at where Jandiroba's at.
Jandiroba's a god.
Chill. See what the fuck? What god, bro? What fucking god is she?
All right. She's the god of fucking wrestling.
Jesus Christ. She shoots from 5 fucking feet away. She's a god. Holy shit. What fucking
women's
the
division,
sun god
bro.
Ra? She's
Krishna. She's Krishna.
She can't even be an Egyptian fucking, you know, she can't even be a dead god. She can't even compare to fucking Greek mythology. Like what type of god is she, dog? Chill. Chill the fuck out, dude. I think Tabatha Ricci can win this fight with takedowns.
All right.
Hill's good, but she's eventually gonna crack, and I think this is it.
All right. Damn. Tabatha Ricci, the pick for the Finch. The odds have Ricci at -107, Hill -113. The odds are even. Fight going over 2.5. Lock of the week, baby. -500 for the over 2.5 rounds in this fight. And then Hill by a decision is +125, and so is Ricci by a decision.
Yeah, we're gonna go Ricci decision.
Yeah, it's probably going long. So we're both agreeing we're going long, but it's 5-1 for fuck's sake. What do you think about this card so far, man? The betting spots are gonna be real interesting here.
I like it, actually. I see a lot of people saying this card's so hard to bet on. I don't know. I think that by the time Friday rolls around, I'm gonna have 5, nice, confident ones. Yeah, the pick side is interesting, but then when you get to the betting side, a lot of the odds are pretty sweet. So I think we'll find 5 nice bets for this one. As to where sometimes the picks are easier when you got a lot of 7-1 favorites or something.
Fair.
There's like 2 of those on this card. There's the Wang gang fight. AJ's got his Wang out for the Wang gang fight.
My Wang's hanging low for that fight, man.
But yeah,
my Wang is stiff for that fight.
Pause, bro. Pause. I feel like we're gonna find some nice bets. Yeah, I'm betting on this card.
Let's go. All right, we got 1 fight left. It's time for the main event.
I've been killing these fight nights, bro. Come on.
Man. You're a fight night killer.
Of course, we're betting on this one.
Mish, Smish the like button. If you're new, subscribe. Thank you guys for 36,000 subs as well. We got Jared Cannonier versus Caio Borralho to close out Vegas 96. And I am picking Caio Borralho to beat Jared Cannonier. Borralho's got really quality striking from range. He's got a light bounce to his style. He darts in and out very well. I don't want to compare him to Lyoto Machida, but it would be fun if we said it's Machida-like. He also has really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu and can mix in takedowns. And another thing I like is he has been 5 rounds, albeit, yeah, it was in Brazil against some mid-tier guy, but he still was bouncing on his toes in round 5. He still looked like his cardio was there. So I think Borralho is good to beat Jared Cannonier. I think I just have to accept the turn of the tide, man. It's now for Borralho. Fighting Nerds has been killing it, and it would be a shame if I fade Fighting Nerds. So I'm going Caio Borralho to win. My head says decision, but my heart says submission, because I think he could be the first guy to tap Cannonier, especially a 40-year-old Cannonier, but not an easy feat. I also think Borralho is really good defensively. So as Cannonier looks for some wide shots, to see Borralho touching him, and damn, going back and rewatching Cannonier Vittori, I was like, damn, that first round, Cannonier's getting touched. He's starting slower and slower every fucking fight, man. And I can't expect him to start faster now, you know. And the Imavov fight, sure, it was an early stoppage. I will stand on, yes, it was, but he was going to lose. Nasruddin Imavov was beginning to take over the fight and may very well have knocked him out in the next 30 seconds. So we're going with Caio Borralho. I think he's well-rounded. I think he's got a lot of potential, and I think he's definitely a high-caliber contender with a quality skill set to get excited about. And he's from Fighting Nerds. And you bet Fighting Nerds, you're normally winning. So Borralho for the W.
Borralho for the W. Borralho's a lock here. Jared Cannonier's 40 years old. He doesn't have a style that you want a 40-year-old to have. He's not some wrestler who could just keep chain wrestling. He's a striker who's not actually the fastest. He hits with a good thud. He's tough. He's pretty durable. But his best days are behind him, not in front of him. Caio Borralho's best days are all in front of him. Caio Borralho was just mat side for CJI. He knows what world-class jiu-jitsu looks like. He's going to start winning this thing on the feet and then take the back and strangle a Jared Cannonier. Caio Borralho is not only a lock here, but I do believe that submission is very live, and I'm definitely going to look at it. Come see me on my next show, Most Confident Picks. You might hear Caio Borralho's name, because I think Caio Borralho is going to be able to control this fight in every phase, the grappling and the striking. Like, the one way you could see Jared Cannonier doing anything here is landing a big strike or just outstriking him on the feet. He'll even struggle to do that due to the movement. I mean, the reason why I picked Nasruddin Imavov over Jared Cannonier was because he's light on his feet. That light bounce really tends to let you get to Jared Cannonier and get out, as where Jared Cannonier is relatively flat-footed, and it's going to be the same fucking problem, but you can add on top of it that Caio Borralho is a really good jiu-jitsu black belt. Caio Borralho all day.
All day. All day. He's plus 325 if you're looking to play him by submission. But, you know, straight down the center, it's not awful at minus 225 for Caio Borralho. We're going Team Borralho for the W, Finch, man. I think we're on the right side of history. I'll tell you that much. W. Big W.
He's coming. He's coming, and he'll be a fucking contender too. Yeah. Is this not a fucking great addition? Like, this is going to be awesome to see him up at the top of the division.
It is. No, it's going to be fabulous. I can't wait for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, him in some of these cool middleweight matchups. Let's see Caio and fucking DDP. That's dope.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool fights coming, man. I'm excited for what's building. The middleweight division is pretty hot right now, and I think Caio Borralho is surging to the top. Good opportunity for him to take on a quality veteran and a former title challenger. And I think Borralho makes his mark and really makes a name for himself here. So, yes, Finchman and I both in agreement with the main event. Caio Borralho has the pick. I wouldn't feel right if I didn't send the people off with a parlay. I concocted one for you guys. So I'm going to make it happen right now.
All the competition that try to compete, stand back, watch the bomb drop.
All right, all right. We need a little parlay. We need a little love. Let's make it happen right now.
Time. Open up your wallets and let's bet on some fist fights. Yeah, it's parlay time. AJ's gonna drop it, and let's hope he gets this parlay right.
All right. So we are going for Kyle Borralho, Michael Morales, the over 2.5 rounds in the Angela Hill and Tabatha Ricci fight. And if you're feeling ballsy, you also throw in the
Wang
Cavalcanti
gang.
Nunes. No, fuck no. That ain't it. I'm talking my shit with that, but nah. I'm going with the over 2.5 in Hill, and then Borralho, Michael Morales. I think you also could throw an over 2.5 in the Nunes fight in. I don't have all those lines in front of me, but I'm going to try to get them as we speak right now. Okay.
How many fucking legs are on this parlay?
For the 3, it's plus 107. If you want to go for the hardcore shit and you want to go for the 4 leg, it's plus 186. So there is a late night parlay for you all. I got you. Okay. And one little thing I got to say. So the people that don't know, I am going to be uploading the Contender Series breakdown after the stream. I got to upload it and I got to do the timestamps for that and this show. So I got some work to do, but Contender Series picks will be out in 30, 40 minutes, probably around the time Finchman finishes his show. The Contender Series picks will be out.
Let's eat, boys. Hey, this card was fun to break down. You know, we did a fucking hour breaking down the last pay-per-view. That was crazy. That's its own show, bro.
Yeah, that really was, man.
Christ.
It's a double show. We bring the heat.
Jesus Christ. I'm
And,
fucking
you know,
rapid fire. My show's 20 minutes. Boom. In and out.
I sit on here all day. Finchman's link is right there in chat. Check him out. Finchman's going to be dropping the heat. Farmer Lil, I'm doing the lock of the week on Wednesday. That's the new thing. We're doing it Wednesday because I want to sleep on it for a couple of nights so I can make magic happen. And I mean, shit, 4-1 out of the last 5, not too shabby.
TC's got a personal request. If you don't know, now you know. I'm white, so I won't say the last part. See, he saw my Many Men music video, so he's trying to get me caught up out here.
Sure.
I ain't stepping in your trap, son. Listen, folks, this card is bettable. Just don't be silly. There are definitely dogs that are going to bite on this card. I mean, let me make a prediction. You will see multiple dogs win fights on this fucking card. Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Guys, we appreciate you all. We're booking up out of here. I'll see you guys with the Contender Series picks in the next 40 minutes. And you're going to see Finchman, hopefully in the next 15 minutes, he'll be back on air with his show. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate and love each and every one of you. Make sure you guys smash the likes on your way out. And if you're new, subscribe because shit, we're cruising at 36,200 subs. So I'm pretty damn excited. Appreciate you guys. Big W's in chat. Thanks, guys. Peace. Good night.